On this episode of Beyond the Check, we're in the quaint island community of Hilton Head, South Carolina. Known as the largest barrier island on the southeast coast, it is a key attraction for retirees, beachgoers, golfers, and retired beach-going golfers alike. It is also home to one of the most amazing hidden Italian gems I could find, Pomodori Italian Eatery. Founded in 2012 by owner Chef Amanda Rus, who has been serving up her fresh family recipes to satisfy locals and tourists who can't miss an opportunity to pop in and feel the family-friendly vibe and taste the Italian flavors of this one-of-a-kind restaurant. All right, welcome to the season finale of Beyond the Check Worker Owner Edition. I'm Rashawn Parker. I have my beautiful, fantastic, gorgeous wife here with me, Jordan. Say hi, Jordan. And today we got Matt and Lilia here with us. So today we're headed to Hilton Head, South Carolina, and we started the first episode off with the family affair. We're gonna end the season with the family affairish by having, you know, the most family-friendly food there is, Italian. What's your favorite thing about Italian?
The flavors. The noodles. The cheeses.
You made me a homemade tomato sauce once.
It was way too watery.
I thought it was delicious. He's way too hard on himself. Jordan, what's your favorite part of Italian food?
Meatballs.
Meatballs. Cool.
Are you excited for Italian food today, Rashawn?
I'm super excited for Italian food today, Lilia. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing some homemade pasta. Well, we are gonna go meet the one and only, the fantastic Chef Amanda at Pomodori Restaurant. But first, I need to find out a little bit more about the restaurant, so I'm gonna drop these fools off. Let's do that. All right, we look pretty?
Yeah, looks like,
Pretty.
yeah, better than before.
I have the general manager, Boris.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Boris.
it, Parker. Yeah,
Hey, man.
good.
Thanks for trusting me to drive you around for a minute.
I like that. You know, the island's nice, so we can take a look.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah. We go to the beach. We come back later, like 8. So I like to be with people. I like to do what I do. You know, just one time.
It's a smaller restaurant, so.
It's pretty small, so it's easy to manage everything. You know, I don't have to be running from left to right. Anything happens, I can fix it right away. 52 seats, yeah. The bar, counting everything, you know. Well, plus we got about 18 to 20 seats outside in the patio whenever the weather's great.
You guys get really busy.
We do. One of the most steady restaurants, I will say, in the island. We're not just a restaurant, we're a family.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
And then what's more family than Italian?
Oh no, I know. Tell me about it. Yes, and we'll get at the end of the night. We all get together. Let's go eat. You know, that's all it is.
How long have you worked there?
8 years.
Pretty
From
much,
the
pretty
beginning.
much the whole
From
time.
the beginning.
Whole time.
Yeah, Amanda and myself, we knew each other years back. We used to work in a small restaurant in Bluffton, in the Italian restaurant. And then one day closed that place. We kind of went each apart. But when she opened this, you know, say, hey, you want to come and join me? The rest is history. You know, she comes and preps in the morning, and she makes sure everything's ready to go for the nighttime. Because, like she said, Italian food, it takes hours to prep, but it takes minutes to eat
Minutes,
it, you know,
yeah.
to deliver it. So everything's prepped daily basis. She's very conscious about freshness. Everything's fresh made in the morning. She comes Monday to Saturday. And Amanda is one of the best owners that I ever met. I love Amanda with all my heart. She's kind of like my
fantastic.
sister.
Awesome.
I love it. Thank you.
Boris.
My pleasure.
Okay, I'm gonna go meet Amanda and
Yeah.
eat some food.
There you go. I like that.
Up there. Woo!
Let's do it. Yes,
do it, yeah.
absolutely. That's what you gotta do. Yeah.
Amanda,
Da, 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 da.
What is that?
This, I bestow upon you the honor of being my sous chef today.
oh, I had no idea that I was going to be cooking.
Yet you are.
This is gonna be fun.
Well,
My name is Amanda Rus. I opened Pomodori 8 years ago in March. Kind of was born out of a daydream meets stars colliding meets yummy Italian food.
How did you get into cooking?
I think I picked cooking because I was somewhat of a misfit. I kind of liked different adventures. I liked something new every day. I wasn't too terribly excited about a desk job, although at the time I was preparing to take the LSAT and go to law school.
Wow.
Right. So I was working in the front of the house, and I had a really good general manager in Charleston, and he sat me down one day and he said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And mind you, I was 28 years old at the time, so I had felt pretty grown up, but clearly I was mistaken. And I said, "I think I want to cook." And he said, "Good, you start tomorrow." And he made me a kitchen manager, and I didn't know how to slice a tomato. What people don't understand about a restaurant, it really is a business, I mean, I think that's why a lot of restaurants don't do so hot, because the chefs are amazing, but they maybe aren't necessarily business-minded.
Right.
So I was put in there not because I knew how to do anything to actually produce a meal, but more that I knew who to put where, and I knew how to hit my numbers, and that was something that they needed at the time, and it just happened to be that I wanted to cook alongside it. So it really was a very random path to it. It just happened and it just worked. And the guys did come around, and we did end up making some pretty amazing food, and I'm quite proud of my time in Charleston. I think it was time well spent, certainly. I moved to Italy about a year later, and I studied in Calabria, Italy for a year. I went to culinary school there. I came back, and 8 months later, I opened this restaurant, and it's the longest job I've ever had.
Very nice.
Yep.
8 months later.
8 months later.
You just got back and you're like, I'm opening a restaurant.
It just sort of came to be.
So were you from Hilton Head or
No, I originally am from Michigan.
from Ohio?
All right, so my whole family has lived here my entire life. We've come here every year for spring break, as many Michiganders and Ohioans do. This is very much a transient sort of an island. Most are transplants from the north, which is why good Italian food is pretty important.
You opened a really good Italian restaurant.
Yeah, thanks. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah.
So what's a day in the life of Amanda as the
Okay.
worker owner of Pomodori?
It's a lot different now than it was 8 years ago. I have a 9-month-old son. So a day in the life of my 9-month-old son and I is we'll come in a few days a week and set up the pack and play in here while I prep and do things and check in with my kitchen and whatnot. Certainly in year one, I've been known to sleep on that patio that you saw outside. I was always the first
looks
in.
cozy.
It is perfectly, we had to put a lock on it. It's perfectly fine. It's just like any other kitchen. You wake up, you look at what you have in front of you, you try to be as efficient as possible because time is money, energy is money. You just try to honor the ingredient the best way that you can. You try to make the best, simplest food. We're all about simple food around here.
It's comfort food.
It
it's
is.
family.
It
right?
is. We certainly are a family restaurant. My parents work here. My brother did work here. He was a bartender for a short stint. My cousins have worked here. My uncle makes the sausage with my father. It's a very nice family business for sure.
You want me to do something different today?
I
So
do.
Tell me what I'm doing.
Well, I thought it would be kind of cool. Our cuisine, our sauces, our preparations take the amount of time. That's where the love is. That's where the soul is. So as opposed to my just making a piece of fish and putting it on a plate for you, I thought that it would be pretty neat to have you make a few of our traditional dishes that everybody is always asking me how to make. So,
I'm cooking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cook today.
I think you're gonna do a great job.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be able to make a delicious meal by the end.
I'm gonna get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
Get my hands dirty.
Okay, so I brought in some really delicious Campari tomatoes. We're gonna have you slice these. We're just gonna do a simple caprese salad, okay?
Okay.
Pomodori means tomatoes. We're just going to enjoy the beauty and bounty of our tomatoes. So I say cut until your heart's content. Place those on the
How many?
plate, as many as you'd like.
Okay. And then
On the plate,
just on the plate however I want.
yep, any way you want. Okay, any way I want. Well, that was predictable, wasn't it? All right, we're
Real
gonna take
professional.
our salt grinder.
Okay.
You're gonna do a couple nice cranks of salt. Tomatoes love salt. Yep, perfect. Pepper grinder, please. Yep,
Same?
yep. Perfect.
Mm.
We have a little extra virgin olive oil there. Yep, we're just gonna do a nice drizzle. Squeeze bottles are the best way to make your very domestic kitchen seem more professional. Okay, we've got a 25-year balsamic. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna do a little bit of basil. Okay, and then we have some burrata. Burrata is a cow's milk fresh mozzarella that is actually pouched with cream inside. Once you break into it, it's gonna be fresh mozzarella with delicious cream. So that's gonna be our salad. We're good to go on that.
Woo. right, so we have, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you do it.
Yeah, it's just a traditional caprese salads.
And I made this for you.
You did, thank you. I
Did, so
appreciate
I
that.
hope it's good.
I hope it is too.
All right, so we take our
Yeah,
salad
you
fork.
know, we just
Yeah,
get
show-
in there. It's
show
not
me how it's done.
rocket science. You just get in there.
Your tomato.
Yep. Get you some cheese, get you some tomato. Yep. And then you just, take a bite.
Yeah, I'm all about just shoving the whole thing in my mouth. So.
No, not a bad. I mean, it tastes like a tomato.
Mm.
Uh-huh. It's creamy and simple and delicious.
It's creamy, simple, refreshing.
Yep. That's all you want it to be. That made me happy.
Basil. I love basil. Jordan gives tomatoes and basil and fresh mozzarella. 2 thumbs up.
I don't typically go for tomatoes, just like plain, but they're not plain.
No.
They're
No.
excellent.
Right,
Tomato
it's
just
everything
needs
together.
salt. Yeah,
I
I'm
love
just gonna
ketchup,
keep eating.
but not tomatoes.
Like,
Back.
You guys are missing out.
the very first thing that made me like tomatoes was a caprese salad.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep eating it while you talk about your love of tomatoes.
I love
Your-
a chef
your
who likes to eat
recent-
her own food.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, that was awesome. And what's next?
All right, here we go. We're gonna start with some delicate tomato sauce. You ready?
I'm ready to
All
start
right,
with delicate tomato sauce.
I brought this paddle back from Italy. It's literally been whittled down to nothing over the last 8 years. Okay, paddle in hand, son.
All right.
Love it. All right, so we started off here with just some sliced carrots and red onion, a little olive oil, and kosher salt. All we're gonna do is we're gonna sweat these very gently, okay? The thing about vegetables, the harder you cook them, the more bitter they become. So these, we're just gonna get a nice cook on them. We're gonna wait until they're about baby food soft, and then we're gonna add our tomatoes. You ready for the important part?
What's the important part?
That's all this sauce is.
That's all the sauce is?
That's all that this sauce is. This sauce is flavorful. It's gonna get its sweetness from the natural sugars in the carrots and the red onions. The tomatoes are going to break down all of their acidity. They're gonna become nice and light and flavorful. And in the end, you're going to get a sauce that has no herbs, that has no spices whatsoever. It just tastes like a summer tomato. So that's what we're going for.
Summer tomato sauce.
Yeah, so we're gonna turn it down super low. That way we know that we don't burn it. All right, you see how we're kind of translucent on our onions? We're looking pretty good on our carrots, but we're not brown at all. See how we're just nice golden colors? You want to avoid that brown. The brown, again, is what's gonna make it bitter. So I'm just gonna reach in here. Okay. It's gonna be hot, but you're fine.
Yeah.
Taste that. See how it's very soft? It's released all of its liquid, which means that it's concentrated its sweetness. That's exactly where we want it, okay?
All melty.
Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna take these are San Marzano, whole peeled San Marzano tomatoes that we pureed. You can buy them already pureed if you'd like. We're just gonna dump in our tomatoes, give it a little stir.
Got my stick ready.
All right, now we're just gonna leave this to cook. It's probably gonna take about an hour. Okay, so you see how that light foam is starting to form? That's the tomatoes cooking, the acidity breaking down, concentrating their sugars, releasing their waters, all of that good stuff. The final key to that is going to be to strain out all of those veg. It's gonna be nice and velvety. Everybody loves a velvety sauce. Foam now, it's not as light. That's really nice. This is probably 15 minutes from being done.
Oh, yeah.
We got a meatball station set up over here. So we've got 5 pounds of ground chuck. We've got some sauteed and pureed garlic and onions. We've got Parmigiano Reggiano that is freshly grated, Pecorino Romano that is freshly grated, some breadcrumbs, some parsley, some milk, egg, salt, and white pepper.
Ah.
The doctor is in. They're all beef meatballs.
Cool.
All right, you're gonna crack some eggs into your meat.
Don't
So
put all of
crack,
that.
yep.
How many eggs?
All of those eggs. Everything on this tray is gonna go right into that bowl.
One-handed? Let's try 2 at a time.
Oh, hey.
Breadcrumbs?
Yep, perfect.
Parmigiano Reggiano. Yeah, Pecorino Romano.
Boom.
Boom. Milk in the meatballs,
Yep,
huh?
milk in the meatballs.
Milk.
Thank
in
you,
the
Grandma.
meatballs. Thanks, Grandma.
Grandma Cappy, you rule. Dried parsley, go
Sure.
for it. Yep,
Little parsley. Salt, pepper, in.
yep.
Bam.
Okay.
Okay.
And then that is
Get the hang of
the
this.
sauteed, pureed garlic and onions. You got it. So we saute it just to take the bite out. All right, so you're gonna get in there 2 hands and you're gonna mix it and just kind of pick up and fold all together, okay?
Fold like a dough.
All right, perfect. I think that's pretty good. We're going to eyeball this because my grandma never measured anything. We're gonna take a meatball, probably about that big, right? So the key to a meatball is you don't wanna, it's not a hamburger, okay? You don't wanna make a patty out of it. What you wanna do is you wanna roll it really lightly in between your cupped hands, because that's what's gonna allow the meat to steam up inside of it and stay super moist while it browns on the outside, okay? You wanna make sure they're all the same size. Doesn't really matter. I mean, for our restaurant purposes, we have to make sure that they're the same size for consistency of a couple different things, profit margin, but just also guest pleasure. But you also just wanna make sure that they're all gonna cook at the right rate. Done.
Beautiful.
Done. We're gonna go into the oven. So we have a 275-degree oven. We're gonna give these about 35 minutes.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna grab our meatballs.
I made meatballs.
You sure did. You did an amazing job. Next, it's gnocchi time, okay? So the thing about gnocchi, it's not difficult to make, but it is something you really have to get a feel for, okay? It's a textural thing. It's a tactile thing.
Okay.
So you're gonna crack your eggs into your bowl and add your salt and whisk them together.
All right, it's my favorite part.
Yep, eggs, bowl, salt, whisk. See how the salt is already changing the color of the egg? I don't know if you can see that or not, but salt will actually, and lemon, they'll actually cook eggs. So the salt will, it kind of makes it a little bit more crystallized.
And Parmesan.
Parmesan in the bowl, all of it. In the bowl, yep.
Oh.
This is not a low caloric food.
Breaking up the clumps.
Yep, how are we feeling? We're
I don't
feeling
know,
good?
I'm just kind of like
Clumpless?
kneading it with my fingers. Is that
Perfect.
like
We're gonna go in with the ricotta now.
ricotta?
That's 3 pounds of ricotta.
3 pounds of ricotta.
Yep, you're gonna mix all of that together. So the way you're gonna know that you've added enough flour is when you can roll it between your fingers and it's tacky but not sticky. All right, I'm gonna get in here and finish up for a second.
All right.
You did beautifully. Just wanna get in and make sure that we are all the same consistency. We are. You did a beautiful job. Take a small piece, roll it into a ball, down on the board, and you're gonna roll it like Play-Doh, like when you used to make a snake as a kid, okay?
Did you say I did beautifully?
You did beautifully. So now we wanna dimple all of our gnocchi, okay? The dimples are what are gonna catch the sauce and hold them onto the pasta. So very important, the dimples. And then we're going to slide them onto a tray. Okay,
Okay,
please
my
to be
turn.
repeating. So flour,
Okay, flour.
yep. Flour on the board,
Flour on the board.
yep,
And then just roll it out.
yep. So you wanna make sure, that's good, perfect, right
Yeah,
there.
perfect.
Yep, it's exactly what you want. Now you take your bench scrape
Bench
and you
scrape.
cut your pieces.
This is called a bench scrape.
It is called, it's a pastry scrape, yep, bench scrape, pastry scrape. Okay, and then, you know, you'll get super fast at it and be able to just, this is absolutely millions of batches of gnocchi. All right, let's make a plate. We're gonna grab a pan. There's your ladle there. So we're gonna ladle a little bit of sauce into our pan.
One ladle.
A couple ladles, 2 ladles. I feel like 2 ladles is a nice amount of ladles. We're gonna drop our gnocchi into the boiling water. They only take about 2 or 3 minutes. Good rule of thumb is once the water starts boiling again, since the temperature's gonna drop here and they rise to the top, they're gonna be finished. We're gonna put our gnocchi into our pot, and then you're just gonna kinda saute it around until the sauce starts to
toss.
adhere. Yeah. Boom. Dumplings of heaven.
Dumplings of heaven.
I'm gonna put a few of these on a plate. All right, so we're just gonna, I mean, that's a tremendous amount of food, but we're gonna go big or go home here. We'll put a little bit of
big.
this on top. Going to grab some Parmesan cheese because everybody needs cheese. A little basil. Boom. Your
Boom.
delicious meal of gnocchi and meatballs that you made yourself.
Woohoo! Yee. I made you ricotta and gnocchi
Thank you.
with traditional meatballs.
You did, and you did a spectacular
and
job. Jordan, how happy are you?
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
She helped.
Why didn't Why didn't I get this recipe?
Right.
I didn't even know that. I saw the rabbit, or
I'm not waiting for you.
ragu, but the ragu.
Not
All right, you got. I can't wait.
Not
Let's do
waiting
this.
for
I'm
you.
diving in.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna
Slice into the meatball there, sir.
meatball. Oh, you let me help today?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
You cheersing?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers it up. All right, cheers.
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 All right. Mmm. Mmm.
Matt, I'm not sharing.
Sorry, Matt, you're out.
It's like an Italian dumpling.
It is exactly
Like
that.
Cheesy,
It's exactly what it is.
ricotta, fantastically. Mmm.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm at like a Sicilian's grandma's house.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to feel like.
So,
You look at all the pictures on them. I mean, that's my whole family
That's
up there.
beautiful.
Yeah. It's my grandma in the mob sunglasses stirring the sauce pot. I mean, come on. She was amazing. She was a chef in the 50s for a high school of 2,000 kids, like when they actually made real food.
wow.
Yeah, like before they just opened cans and dumped it into a steam tray. Like she rolled 1 billion meatballs twice a week to feed
2000.
2,000 high schoolers.
Food fact.
My parents taught Italian cooking classes out of our house when we were growing up. Yep.
Wish I could have been there.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, so that's really where you got the inspiration to open this restaurant.
Absolutely. It's my favorite place. I mean, I walk through the doors and, you know, it's exactly what I wanted it to be. It's quaint and it's busy and it's energetic and it just feels like home. And I think it feels like home to everybody who comes into it. And, you know, that's really what we strive for. I mean, our family, our staff, they've been with us literally for 8 years. We've barely lost one person. And it's just a testament to how much we all care. We care so much. So
Your
yeah,
dream came true?
it is. It absolutely has, and it continues to. It's only getting better.
Don't wake up.
Truth.
All right, it's
Dessert time?
Dessert time. It's dessert time, and I'm freaking making tiramisu. Tiramisu is literally like one of my favorite desserts. So thank you.
You are so welcome. We're gonna separate the eggs. We're separating the fatty part from the white so that we can get 2 different consistencies out of it. So we're gonna beat the egg whites with a little bit of sugar so that we can get a nice fluffy lightness that's going to elevate our tiramisu. This dessert is absolutely delicious, and it would surprise you to know that it only takes about 20 minutes. It is a very, very easy dessert. We're gonna do 1 little crack of salt, okay? That's gonna agitate the egg and fluff it up. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Good, you're making ridges. This is a 1/2 cup of sugar. Keep going. I'm just gonna pour in a little bit at a time, and we're gonna thicken that up. All right, they're gonna start to look glossier and tighter in a little bit.
It does look very pearly.
Yes. Perfect. Super proud of you, all right. Good, now we've got a cup of sugar to go in with the yolks. Pleased to be beating.
Now we're going yellow.
I'm gonna scrape while you go.
Teamwork.
All right, good. That looks nice and pale and yellow. So now we're gonna add our mascarpone cheese in. Mascarpone is an Italian style cream cheese, so it's nice and light. Okay, now we're gonna go about 2 cups of cream. It's about 2 cups of cream. Okay, pleased to be whipping. So with whipped cream, you want to be careful because if you go too far, you're going to make butter.
Butter.
Butter! Everybody loves butter.
Don't overwhip.
But not in tiramisu. Keep going.
I was checking my peaks.
Well played. So now we're going to put our whipped cream. When you fold, you turn the bowl with it.
Okay.
And you just go in the same direction. You don't want, if you push too hard, you're gonna lose all of the light delicacy. You wanna make sure that the air stays in there. Now we're going to add our whites. Pleased to be folding.
Fold and spin. Scrape the sides, make sure you get every little last
Well,
driblet.
it looks delicious, perfect. Chilled espresso is in that container right there. If you would grab that for me, please. I'm gonna take 2 lady fingers, put them in the chilled espresso, lay them down in the bottom. We've got our ice cream scoop. I'm gonna scoop on top. You definitely want to make sure that your espresso and coffee mixture, whatever you want to use, is chilled. The warmer it is, the cookie will soak it up way too fast and they'll fall apart on you. So you definitely want to make sure that it's chilled. So at this point, you see our layers are nice. We got our cookie, we've got our delicious custard, cocoa powder. Voila. At this point, we would put our lid on and put it in the fridge to chill. You did it. You made a tiramisu in
I made a tiramisu
like
in a
12
jar.
minutes. In a jar, yep.
Jar.
12 minutes. Okay.
All right, we have tiramisu made
so
by this lady's fingers.
Yes.
My fingers.
And there's lady fingers in it.
This lady's fingers.
And Jordan's just gonna eat it.
Mhm. We're on the same page.
I mean, you did a great job. It's delicious.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
No, it's
you
good.
got
Just
it.
go
Just
for
shove
it.
it in your face.
Yep, get all in there.
Uh-huh.
There's no way to do it delicately. You just do it.
1, 2, so good. I'm going home and making this tonight.
You should. It only took you 15 minutes.
Oh man.
Go grocery shopping.
It's literally
It's pretty good.
Heavenly and creamy.
The cookie's my favorite
heavenly.
part. Soaked in that espresso.
Can I say creamy and heavenly a little more?
You should. It only helps me.
Creamy and heavenly.
I like the touch of the spoon.
Yeah.
Well,
Cute. Thank
Grazie mille.
hey, what
she
does that
said.
mean?
Thank you very much.
you. That's what she said.
How do I say you're welcome?
Prego.
Prego. I
There
knew
you
that.
go.
Prego, prego.
Not the spaghetti sauce.
Right. All right, you have to come to Pomodori in Hilton Head Island and eat pasta, eat a salad, have tomatoes, have dessert, have everything. It's
Have
like
it all.
family when you're here.
Cool. Oh, you like the calamari?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I'm so glad.
And also, you know, Chef Amanda, you're fantastic.
Thank you so much. I
thanks.
appreciate you being here. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, cool. Thanks,
Thank
Jordan.
you.
You got it.
And awesome. So we're gonna get out
Buon
of here.
appetito.
Buon appetito. Yeah, prego, prego. All right, Matt, how's this food?
I can't believe you made this. It's so good.
Say Pomodori.
Pomodori.
That's my favorite thing, man. Just seeing all the people walk through and then seeing them leave all full and happy. It's pretty nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Hi, I had a lot of fun hanging out at Pomodori with Amanda, and apparently I can make Italian food now, so check. What was your favorite thing about Pomodori today, Jordan?
Meatballs.
Meatballs. Of course it was the meatballs. Matt, Lilia?
The cheese. I told you I was excited about the cheese.
I love it all, but my favorite's always the dessert.
I mean, mine, I'm with you on that one. Tiramisu is my favorite, so I have to give it to that tiramisu. All right, well, that wraps up the entire season of Beyond the Check. Hope you enjoyed it. And anybody got anything else? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever. And we'll see you next season when we go Beyond the Check, Worker Owner Edition. Cheers.